Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind.
Good life, good life, in a different land.
The Good Life radio show is brought to you by Gentili Italian Pie at 4706 Paris Avenue, and today is $2 Tuesdays on tap. So make sure you visit Gentili Italian Pie, home of the family happy hour. That's $5 wings, $5 personal pizzas, and $5 drink specials. That is Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. through 7 p.m. Dine in or carry out at 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. That's $2 Tuesdays on tap at Gentili Italian Pie. Sit down, get yourself a draft while you're waiting on your order, or sit down and dine in and bring the whole family. It's $5 wings, $5 personal pizzas, $5 drink specials, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 to 7 p.m. because that is the good life. Y'all know what else is the good life?
What it do?
What's up?
Guess what's going on this Sunday? And if you do not take a drive, then you're absolutely missing out. This Sunday, the Bluffs Conference and Golf Resort in St. Francisville, Louisiana, celebrates its first annual community showcase. Y'all know what that is? It is going to be amazing. The showcase sets off this Sunday, April 3rd, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Bluffs Conference and Golf Resort. It's a paradise getaway not far away. It sits right off Highway 61. The Bluffs Conference and Golf Resort is located 90 minutes from downtown New Orleans or 30 minutes from Baton Rouge Airport. On Sunday, April 3rd, between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., visitors and realtors are welcome. You will enjoy a jazz brunch at the clubhouse, a tour of homes, property and new developments hitting the market, and be introduced to all the activities for golfers and non-golfers alike. Y'all golf? I drive the cart. But I know there are a lot of listeners who do. Yeah, you should, exactly, because where is business determined? On the golf course. The Bluffs Conference and Golf Resort in St. Francisville is an Arnold Palmer golf course, and plans for a mini spa are underway. Additional amenities include tennis courts, 2 swimming pools, adult and family, a chapel, a lodge for overnight guests, a 5K walking trail, pro golf shop, and the 9th hole where you can stop and get a drink after a long day. You can view all the pictures online at thebluffsgolfresort.com. That's thebluffsgolfresort.com. So make sure you come relax and enjoy the first annual showcase at the Bluffs and Conference Center in St. Francisville, Louisiana, off Highway 61. That's 90 minutes from New Orleans and 30 minutes from Baton Rouge. This Sunday, April 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So make sure you do not miss it, because that is the good life. Y'all, it's Relationship Tuesday. It is good. I went up there this weekend and I absolutely enjoyed myself. Aiden got his his lesson in driving.
How old is that dude?
Not the club, but the golf cart.
Oh.
Just driving. Gas pedal, brake.
Right.
Gas pedal, brake.
Exactly. It's just like, how we learned in golf carts at all the, school fairs. So he's learning on the golf cart. So I was like.
Do they have blinkers on that thing?
Do they have blinkers? No, but they have lights.
That's all they need, man. Hit it. Hit it. Just hit it, run over it, and keep going.
Brake and gas.
I've never driven one of those.
I was holding my breath, but we got back safely, so that is a good life as well.
Falling off of them are not fun, though. Don't ask me how I know.
How would you know that, Dr. Turner?
I just said don't ask me how I know.
The voices you hear are my co-hosts. They are the crew. It is Henry Jolly, our relationship therapist, and it's Dr. Brian Turner, our clinical psychologist. He's a professor at Xavier University. We're going to jump into Relationship Tuesday today, because today is all about statistics and questions, relationship statistics and questions.
Hey, Life had that song called Statistics. You remember that?
No.
You don't remember that song?
No, tell me.
We're going to have to post it on the page, because it was a good song about relationships.
Tell me what it is.
No, I can't. I'm not going to do that. I'll post it on the page, and then we can all listen to it and come back. I'm going to go do it now.
Do it now. Yeah. Make sure you follow us on The Good Life Radio Show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Facebook is The Good Life Radio Show. Instagram and Twitter are at TGL Radio Show, at TGL Radio Show, because that is the good life. Our show today is really determined by you, the listeners. So we want you to call in with your questions. Give us a call at 504-260-9265. 504-260-9265. We had our relationship our relationship talk on Friday, the Good Laugh, Relationship Tuesday going up on a Friday. And so we had a lot of questions from our audience. And I was like, if our audience has these questions. I'm sure our listeners do as well. So we want to answer some of these questions right here on the radio. We want to give a shout out to some of our listeners that came in. Warren Turo, Lisa, Alexis, and Harold Bailey. Thank you so much. Some of these were our listeners that came out tonight or Friday night and met us. We had a little meet and greet, so it was really cool to be able to, have those conversations with the listeners. So let's see. This was a very interesting question that came up, and it came up more than once. So I really wanted to ask, well, I guess I can't ask the gentleman because it is kind of because I said that night, did I? And y'all were like, this isn't a male question. It's a female
Well, we can
question.
always comment to it.
Oh, yeah, okay. What do you, okay, wait. The question was define a good man, or what do you think is a good man? So you being gentlemen, because I know both of you are, what do you think, well, let's say, what do you think a man is, or a good man is, or what do you think a good man should do and should provide? Maybe is that a better way to twist it your way?
What things should a good man encompass? Like, what should he represent?
Yeah. What do you
Okay.
think?
I would say a good man is loyal, trustworthy, a good provider,
What does provider mean?
provide whatever you need.
Whatever you ain't got, you get.
Yeah, I mean, just that's a broad,
Broad brush stroke.
Emotional,
Yeah.
financial.
But I think the most important attribute of a man is doing what, not necessarily what he wants to do, but doing what he has to do. To me, that's a man. When you step up and, you can't always do what you want, but when you do what you have to, you just go an extra mile. You don't have a choice. You just, the old saying, man up. Man up means suck it up. Do what you got to do.
Listeners, if you want to comment on this, give us a call at 504-260-9265, 504-260-9265. What is a man? Well, before I go to Dr. Turner, I will say one of my favorite things about a man, I love a man that does what he says he's going to do, and if he can't do it, he tells me that too.
So that's honest.
Integrity.
Yeah.
It's okay if you can't do it, but tell me, because then I can prepare or plan something else.
Yeah.
Don't just not tell me anything. That's the worst, to leave me hanging.
People like that
doesn't work.
who don't
At
tell
all.
you. People like that. I mean,
But why don't people tell you stuff?
Because
Y'all
they're
all know
chicken.
somebody that
They're
doesn't tell you
afraid of
stuff.
letting you
they
down.
chicken.
They're afraid of letting you down. I mean,
I know,
if
but
you-
it's worse.
Well,
y'all, please speak up early so you can, work something else out. If you don't say anything, it is like 10 times a million worse.
Well, it depends, though, because once again, humans have been conditioned in a lot of spaces to act and behave certain ways. So maybe I've been in a situation where I just let it ride, and that person never questioned it or never had a concern. So I was not taught that it was worthy or necessary for me to let you know I'm not going to be able to meet your needs. So.
But you just said we're in a situation, so that means the past tense. That means
Right,
it
but
didn't
that
work
was
out.
the conditioning. But that was the conditioning, is that I was in a
just
situation
playing.
where I was, but no, that's the thing, right?
Right.
It's like I've been conditioned. This person let me get away with it. And so here you are, you want me to do something I never done before? What's wrong with you? I don't care that it upset you, but, I mean, and then I might know it's not right, but once again, if I was being rewarded because, so yeah, let me transition to my answer because I oftentimes, I really appreciate my brothers who are married and committed monogamous relationships because it's something to really talk about and think about and
aspire to.
so
That's for you.
several people recently have asked me in regards to relationship status, what is mine? And
Really?
yeah, ain't nothing changed. no, hold on. So
Tell them look at my Facebook.
Right. I'm very clear. I'm either going to be single or I'm going to be in a relationship. I don't do complicated. I don't do nothing in between. But it's odd because
No gray area.
that question about what should a man be, and I do remember when we were together Friday, that question came up, and I think it serves to put us on notice in regards to, once again, the vast variety and diversity of what a man can be
Right.
to a person in a relationship. And I think about it just really from the concept of, what should any person be in a relationship, first and foremost, right?
Mm-hmm.
What should any person be in a relationship? If you're going to be in a relationship, so we say monogamous, we say exclusive, but, it takes time to get there. So the first thing I think has to happen is you have to have honesty. Like, if you're going to be with someone, how honest can it
Does
be?
it take time to get there?
Huh? In the beginning? At the start? I mean, well, what are the things that you're afraid of that you won't know? Because if I don't
See, for me, it's not about, well, I will say this. For me, I'm only speaking for me, I'm not going to start seeking something out if I can't give myself or my all to it. Like, I'm not going to say, okay,
But I think
Brian,
some
let's
people-
start on this journey when I have like 4 stragglers, 2 stragglers, 1 straggler. You know, like, why even do that to yourself or to that person?
That's the $1 million question.
Because if
I
you
ain't-
drive fast, they'll start falling off. That's why
It's
I
like-
take them with you for a minute.
It's like a pool. You got to put your toe in over here first. Then you go put your toe in over there. Then you decide where you want to jump
Yeah.
in.
No,
man,
but
that's really how
I
it
see.
goes.
But what you just described, Brian, I don't have an issue with. If you're single and you want to, you're dating, you date this person, you stick your toe in, it doesn't work. Okay, you get out the pool. You go over here, you stick your toe in that pool, it doesn't work. You get out. That's dating. But when you're trying to play Twister and you got your hand and your foot everywhere, this, that, and the other, yes, and I'm giving visuals here.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
So that's why when asking the question, what should a man or any partner be? That's the first.
You shouldn't
thing
be
when I
playing
start-
Twister.
First off, you have to decide if this is where you want to be, and that's honesty to me. That's being honest with yourself, because I would much rather say, look, I like you. I like dating you, I like hanging out with you, but I'm not ready yet to be in a relationship. Like you just said, if
Right.
you, a very simple statement, if you tell me what you're going to do and do it, tell me what you can't do, and I'll be okay with it.
Right.
You know, but that's that first step for me. And so I looked at that honesty piece. Let's be honest about what we have, honest about where we're going. I think secondly, and this is actually very big for me, it's that integrity piece. Like, is this person someone who's like accountable and responsible? Are they reliable? Can you depend on them to be who they say they're going to be? If you're not an early morning person, then I don't expect us to get up at the same time and be on the same energy level. I don't drink coffee, so you know that's cool. I'm a bright early get upper person myself, right? But that integrity piece becomes big for me when I think about a partner. Something that I don't know, you know, I think we joke about it, but someone who you're sexually compatible with.
That's not funny. That's for real.
Well, no, we joke. No, you know, he. No, let's be honest. Like, who wants to be with someone who either can't please them or doesn't want to please them? So either you all learn together and grow together and get to where you're both happy, satisfied, and doing the things you want, or you have to realize it's going to be a downfall. And I know people say, "Oh, you know, you work through it," but that's a big.
And people
reason
like
why
to put it off, but when we did that, we had a questionnaire about it, and there was a statistic, and it was in the top 3 for each, you know, males and females.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's just one
That's
sex
why I
or
say
the other.
that's why I say
it's
we
the top 3
joke
for
around
males
it.
and female. It was communication, sex, and finances.
Uh-huh.
And it was
That's
the
what I
top
say.
3
We-
for each one.
We
So
joke around it, but the reality of it is if I'm not compatible with you intimacy-wise, romance-wise, sexual, like, identity-wise, if those things don't work, at some point, we're going to have a clash. And then my last thing, really, honestly, is fun, the fun factor. Can I have fun with you?
see, that
Like,
was one of our questions.
Can we really have fun? Like, can we go out to the park and just, like, play football one day? Like, you ain't gotta have like been like the powder puff queen, but or you at least willing to go out here and we just toss the football around.
I was queen of kickball.
I was thinking he was talking about like pitch up tackle or something. He said, can we play football?
That's a full contact sport. We play that at home though, in
Yeah,
the
I know.
living room.
Yeah. Hey, one thing I want to add about you know what a man is. I never dated a man and don't plan to, but
Well, since you're married with 3 kids.
yeah. I've seen guys though. If something bothers them, they won't say it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, just say it. You know, and
Why not?
I don't know. Like some
Guys, why don't you speak up if something bothers you?
Like I have.
Listen.
Listeners, call in. Tell
Those
me,
women don't
please.
listen.
Women want to
women
know.
don't listen.
Here is your chance to speak and not be interrupted.
I don't get it.
Right?
I have associates and friends who, if something bothers them, they will just hold it in and go tell somebody else. Yeah, this bothers me. Well, just tell a person. To me, you know, being real is being real. That doesn't necessarily mean, you know, you have to be confrontational, but, you know, being honest and open, to me, that's being a man. You know, look, if you feel something, say it. Don't beat around the bush and hold it in and start assuming
Henry,
things.
haven't we as men been conditioned and trained that sharing our emotions is not okay and it makes you soft and like
Is that an emotion? Isn't that like a want?
Well, I mean, but if I tell you how I feel,
Or need?
then that's
Yeah.
sharing your emotions. So, but we have men have been. I mean, how many times do we sit down as fellas and man, look, old girl broke my heart. We ain't gonna do that.
Shit, I do it. You're killing me. I do it quick.
Well, that's probably what we're both doing.
We're going to continue this conversation as soon as we get back from this break. This is the Good Life Relationship Tuesday. We'll be right back, y'all. L&R Security keeps our family, friends, and event goers safe. And to do that job, they are looking for you. L&R Security Services is now hiring persons for the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, armed and unarmed guards. All interested persons should contact L&R Security Office at 504-943-3191. Fill out an application at L&R's office at 3930 Old Gentilly Road. That's New Orleans, Louisiana. To become one of the proud workers of L&R Security, the minimum requirements are 18 years of age, a completed work application, and criminal background check, 2 forms of ID, whether it be a driver's license, a state ID, military ID, social security card, or other forms of picture ID. L&R Security is looking for qualified employees to assist in keeping the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival safe. They are looking for you. Again, contact them at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191. L&R is always looking for armed and unarmed guards. If this is your profession, they're looking for you.
You might think it's just another day, but at Metro Disposal, this is our day. For more than 25 years, Metro Disposal has been a vital resource for waste management in our community. With state-of-the-art equipment and technology, we are committed to providing a cleaner, safer, healthier environment. This is our community. This is Metro Disposal.
Gentilly Italian Pie is home to the $5 Family Happy Hour. Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentilly Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentilly Italian Pie offers lunch and dinner in a new, modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TVs. Dine in or carry out by calling 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax. Have a drink from the fully stocked bar or beer on tap while your order is made from the freshest ingredients. Gentilly Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue, is home where everybody knows your name. So bring the family to Paris and Marabou for the $5 Family Happy Hour, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Gentilly Italian Pie. Dine in or carry out. 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try the pie. That's the original Italian pie, located at Paris and Marabou in Gentilly.
This is Jonathan Wilson, president of 100 Black Men of New Orleans. 100 Black Men is an organization dedicated to the development of our youth with the objective of making them self-reliant, independent thinkers committed to excellence. We mentor young men and women to be productive citizens. 100 Black Men supports health and wellness initiatives and promotes economic empowerment for our people. We call for the unification of public schools as a first step in ensuring quality education for our children. We urge you to join with us to make sure that New Orleanians control the destiny of our youth and that policies are created to ensure transparency, equity, and accountability for all. A true story of resilience should conclude with a single high-performing school district governed by local citizens. Contact the 100 Black Men at 208-9337 to join our efforts. Thank you.
Do you know anyone with less than perfect credit? At KB Enterprises, they specialize in restoring your score. Learn how to increase your credit score with 100% satisfaction guarantee. A+ rating with the BBB, 10-year track record of removing negative items including repossessions, foreclosures, bankruptcies, tax liens, student loans, and more. Kenneth Barnes and his team at KB Enterprises are excited about helping you restore your credit and achieving your financial goals. Whether it's acquiring a home or purchasing a car, don't miss this opportunity to change your life forever. For more info, give them a call at 504-577-4133 839. Log on to www.kennethbarnes.org and be sure to tune in to The Good Life on Money Mondays and get your financial tips for the week from Kenneth Barnes so you can live the good life too.
Frederick Douglass wrote, "It is easier to raise healthy children than to fix broken men." This is why Lil Dizzy's Cafe chooses to salute the 120 men of the Silverback Society for investing in themselves and leading the next generation of boys to a more respected, capable, and responsible manhood. Currently working with over 500 boys in 17 elementary schools in New Orleans, plus one in Biloxi, the Silverback Society's mission is to make sure every boy gets to learn the principles, methods, and pride of real manhood before entering high school. Founded in 2007 by Arthur Wadsworth and Lloyd Dennis, the Silverback Society has men from all walks of life, walking the walk, saturating our community with boys who are trained to think about and prepare for tomorrow. Lil Dizzy's Cafe is proud to acknowledge the leadership of these regular men who are doing extraordinary things. Together, this celebrated moment brought to you by Lil Dizzy's Cafe.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind.
In a different lane.
We are back on Relationship Tuesday, and our social media and our phones are lighting up, so we have lots more questions from the audience. If you want to join the conversation, make sure you hit us up on the Good Life Radio Show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You can just type your question underneath one of our pictures, hit us up, or you can give us a call at 504-260-9265, 504-260-9265. It is your day. It is for the listeners. We are asking questions that the listeners have given us, and I just want to remind everybody that make sure if you are in a tight bind or if you're in a situation, make sure you reach out to one of our sponsors, Morris Reed Jr. The Good Life Radio Show is brought to you by Morris Reed Jr., a New Orleans law firm. If you have been hit in a car accident or charged with a crime, make sure you go on online and reach out to morrisreedjr.net. That's morrisreedjr.net. Morris Reed Jr. Law Firm is a full-service law firm that fights vigorously to get you the money you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured or in a car accident, you've been charged with a crime, make sure you contact Morris Reed Jr. and let their experienced, highly qualified attorneys provide you with expert legal help today. You can reach them at morrisreedjr.net. That's morrisreedjr.net. MorrisReedjr.net, because that is the good life. Now we're going to jump back into the conversation, because actually what was going on during commercial was hot. So I actually taped it, and so if you want to know what went on during commercial break, make sure you follow us. Why are you laughing? Because you know what we were talking about.
Dang,
make sure you follow us during
Got him.
on the on our Facebook page, The Good Life Radio Show. As we're talking, I'm about to upload it right now, because that is the good life. So we're going to jump back into the conversation, because we were talking about what, guys, right before the break?
What should a man be?
And so, Brian, I know you had.
So I got a question.
You had a question come in. What was your question?
The question was, let me get back to it. Can a person be a man or considered a successful man if he's not financially well off? Which
this actually came up on Friday as well.
I'm gonna take a quick stab, because actually yesterday in Black Psych we were talking about this, and an article that I used to actually address the position of black men in relationships. Actually, the literature shows that African American men routinely are more involved in the lives of their children post the end of a relationship at the same rate or higher than other racial ethnic groups. And so the study looks at the fact that that's usually okay until a certain point, which there's usually some type of shift in the relationship between the co-parents. Either co-parent A or B gets into another relationship, or some other kind of, traumatic experience or drama comes up, right? And so this came up in terms of the fact that that was one of the major issues, is that oftentimes the financial well-being of the man becomes a critical point of whether the relationship can prosper or continue and move on. And so what we talked about in class is the fact that I think that's, and it would be very Dr. Turner in the classroom this right now, but the ideal behind the situational context is that African American men historically have been denied certain, opportunities in terms of financial, professional, and social places. And so we have to create opportunities within the black community, the black family, where black men can be successful in ways that are supportive to our family unit. So if it's not financially, can he provide in the way of being in the home and more involved with the children? Can he be more supportive of the efforts of his partner so that she can be or he can be successful in providing in the home? So does it have to be, and this did come up, and I remember, we were talking about it in a different context a little bit Friday, but, does a black man per se have to make $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 to be considered a partner in a relationship? And all too often, I think the reality of it is it's not until we get older that we start to realize that it's more important to have a partner that's a true partner than a partner that's just a provider. So,
True.
So I would say a man does not have to be financially well off, but he has to be a full contributor.
I like the way you put that, Henry.
I have nothing to add. That was 100% on point.
Thank you, Henry.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
How often does that happen around here?
Well, Henry and I usually we're right up. It might be the schooling. I don't know. It might be experience.
Could
Y'all
be.
are crazy. I'm going to go to another question because this came up, and actually we kind of skirted around it a little bit, but we talked about this on Friday as well, and I want to give the obvious answer, but other answers as well, because we do have listeners who, maybe this will help them out today. So the question was, what sort of activities / entertainment can a couple engage in to keep their relationship hot and alive? Henry?
Sex, man.
That was the obvious answer.
Yeah.
Would you like to, is it just a one-word answer, or would you like to elaborate on that?
I believe that whatever y'all are into, y'all should do it. And I don't believe there should be many restrictions when it comes to sex in a relationship. Both people have to be on the same page, but I've seen too often where somebody may prefer one thing and the other prefers something different, or somebody may not want to be their true self. They don't want the partner knowing, like, hey, I'm really into this, and I don't think he would be down with that or she would be down with that. Just be yourself, because ultimately you have to get what you want.
Right.
Because you're not going to be happy. You're going to always be looking around and, looking and searching. So, just be real, be yourself.
Have y'all noticed that a lot of the conversation that we're having goes back to the point that we made at the beginning of do what you say you're going to do, and if not, tell me?
Yeah.
I just want to bring that up.
Live one time.
It's a reoccurring, theme today.
This is not Super Mario Brothers
theme
where you got
do what you say you're going to do, or do what you say you're going to, oh, there you go. I like that.
You got one life. So, man, get the most you could get out of this thing. Get the most you could get.
What you fall in the fire is gone.
That's it.
So can I ask a question kind of off topic?
Are you asking me a question?
Yeah, I'm going to put this out here.
Oh, gosh, okay.
Because Henry led into it, and I'm going to follow up with it. But is sex, in terms of, like, really pleasing your partner, still taboo for the black community? Are we still dealing with this, like, black people don't do this?
You mean like the oral stuff?
I'm not
That's
gonna,
a lie,
I'm not
man.
gonna put
That's a myth.
I wasn't going to put out a list.
Hey.
I'm just saying, can we be real about in a relationship? Like you said, what you said was when you're in a relationship, you got to be as open as you can and need to be with your partner.
I think adults are going to, engage in adult behavior. And I think
But you
that
got
that
some
also,
people that be like,
no, they don't.
well, and then this goes back to our point. we were speaking about men in the beginning, but it falls on both persons in the relationship. Say what you're comfortable with and say what you're not from jump. And then you can compare, and if they don't match up, then don't move forward. Actually, John and I were talking about this the other day. We talked about this on Friday, but we're talking about this as well. They might just not be your match. They may not be your puzzle piece. It's okay. There are how many billions of people in the world? They're not for you. There is someone else. Stop trying to force something that doesn't fit.
But my question is,
if they're not able or willing to meet those needs, is there a stigma in the
No, the question
community?
is, are we still dealing with, like, to Henry's point, he made a great point. When you're in a relationship and you say you want to be with this person and you worked out all the details, right? But my question is, are we still coming down to that one area of, like, intimacy, romance, sex, love, whatever?
Restrictions.
Are there still these blanket restrictions on what?
If you're married to somebody, why should there be restrictions?
That's my point, right? Is that I think
if that's not your man, that's not your woman, then, y'all need to decide what is best for yourselves.
Yeah.
But if you're in a marriage and you devoted yourselves to each other, then I think compromise should be on the table.
And
that's me.
You should stop rewarding selfishness. So you got people that will still marry a woman if she's like, I'm not doing XYZ only for your birthday or something like that.
But then guess what? Then he already knows what the situation is. So don't pressure her into something she's not comfortable with. If she said, this is how I feel about it, 10 years later, you can't be mad. You made that decision. That's your bad.
You can't be mad.
You can't be mad 10 years later.
But don't reward her if you really not down with that.
Exactly.
Don't start marrying that.
So how do we break down some of those barriers?
You have a conversation.
You tell them this.
Man up. Woman up.
You want to be an adult or not? Because this is an adult activity.
No, don't talk bad about people, because there could be everybody likes different stuff.
They do.
Okay, so let's just say let's go to the opposite end of the spectrum. Somebody has a fetish, a foot fetish, Okay, let's just say, I don't like feet, just FYI, I'm putting it out there for the world to know, I don't like feet. But that's why I put it on the opposite end of the spectrum, so we can, right. So if somebody has a foot fetish and you don't have a conversation and say, I have a foot fetish, do you mind if I do, manicure your feet, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
Manicure? They do like sucking
what I'm
toes.
Exactly. Right. I'm a little bit square.
But you know what,
well,
though?
that's,
I believe.
But if you don't want your toes being touched.
But if it really turns on and she really into that.
That's my point.
Go ahead.
Exactly.
Suck away. Go ahead.
But if she doesn't like it, then she should say, don't touch my feet. Like, I'll be like, don't touch my feet. Like, no. I will go to a pedicurist. That's like the extent of the feet. Or like maybe when it's cold, at whatever.
And so
our feet can touch in the bed, but more than that, no.
Henry will appreciate this. So I did that to play kind of the psychologist role, because my point in asking that question isn't that I think a person has to come into the relationship knowing exactly what they're going to do all the time.
Right.
I think we're trying to gauge how far along can my partner and I go together.
Right.
So
that's what you're saying.
So yeah, but I think a person comes and says, I will never ever do X.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, I really like X. Well, can we at least talk about how we could get you to X?
Yeah.
Because if you just saying there never is an X, won't ever be an X, it can't be no X, then you're going to be my X.
And you close-minded.
Hello.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to,
Right. Because, I want the example I love to give, I can't give on air. So you have to hear this in person. I'll leave it alone.
I'm thinking
I will video him during the next. Look, I'm gonna video it during the next commercial break.
Yeah.
I'm gonna video it during the next commercial break, and I'm gonna put it on Facebook.
We saw this before, two going up on Fridays ago. But that's the point, right? Is that let's be honest about the fact that if we can't even have a conversation about where we want to go, where we say we want to go, then how can we even remotely be together? So I think that's really the point of that idealism of what are the other things. So yeah, well, there's not just sex, but what about finances?
I was about to say that if they are that restrictive of conversation in that arena, they're probably going to have that same trait in other areas of life. So it shouldn't just be, this isn't going to work sexually. It's not going to work in many other factors in life. So,
closed-minded is closed-minded.
But the problem is we don't open our mind to living differently in the world and see that's a behavior that doesn't match my personality, and maybe this isn't the right person for me because this behavior, I can't coexist with that.
Let me add this. This is gonna be a shocker to most. So turn up your volume if you listen.
Dun, 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 dun.
Women do not want to go backwards when it comes to their lifestyle. Men do not want to go backwards when it comes to their sexual experiences. So
Really?
if his ex-girlfriend was doing this, and this, you better get on board because this is what he like, and he ain't going backwards.
That's good information, Henry.
That's just what it is.
Y'all got that right here on the Good Life Radio Show. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. It's Relationship Tuesday. We're asking the questions from you. These are your questions. Make sure you call in, or you can send us messages on our social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Y'all, this is The Good Life. We'll be right back.
Tune in to Up to Date here on WBOK 1230 AM. Up to Date is a daily show that covers the day's top events and how they affect you. I'm John Slade, and I'll be your host for Up to Date, airing Monday through Friday at noon on WBOK 1230 AM. Real talk for real times.
Security keeps our family, friends, and event goers safe. And to do that job, they are looking for you. L&R Security Services is now hiring persons for the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, armed and unarmed guards. All interested persons should contact L&R Security Office at 504-943-3191. Fill out an application at L&R's office at 3930 Old Gentilly Road. That's New Orleans, Louisiana. To become one of the proud workers of L&R Security, the minimum requirements are 18 years of age, a completed work application, and criminal background check, 2 forms of ID, whether it be a driver's license, a state ID, military ID, social security card, or other forms of picture ID. L&R Security is looking for qualified employees to assist in keeping the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival safe. They are looking for you. Again, contact them at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191. L&R is always looking for armed and unarmed guards. If this is your profession, they're looking for you.
Greetings, loyal listeners. I get a lot of callers seeking relationship advice. My advice? Go to AT&T. For a limited time when you buy one of their most popular smartphones, you get one free when you buy both on AT&T Next. Healthy relationships come from having things in common. Matching smartphones is a great start. AT&T, mobilizing your world.
For BOGO, buy select devices at regular price with eligible service and well-qualified credit. Free one requires new line with 30-month 0% APR contract with up to $21.67 a month payments. Get up to $650 in 30 bill credit starting in 3 bills. Tax due at sale of service canceled on one that device balance due. Charges and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hi, this is Norman Robinson. New Orleans East Hospital is open and providing quality health care in your neighborhood. The New Orleans East Hospital is bringing our finest physicians into a beautiful new facility where you receive compassionate caring service. Emergency room services at New Orleans East Hospital are some of the best in the region. To learn more, visit our website at noehospital.org. Your health matters to us at New Orleans East Hospital.
With more than 30 years of experience and dedication servicing New Orleans and Baton Rouge, Richards Disposal provides dependable, non-hazardous solid waste collection and disposal services to residential, commercial, and industrial customers. We also provide recycling and portable toilets. At Richards Disposal, we are known for our expertise and we're dedicated to our customers, all while utilizing the most advanced, environmentally friendly, and cost-effective methods possible. We strive to provide the latest solutions and technology to get the job done. At Richards Disposal, we appreciate our customers, one pickup at a time. Call us today at 504-241-2142. Richards Disposal, community-focused, environmentally friendly.
Gentilly Italian Pies, home to the $5 Family Happy Hour. Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentilly Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentilly Italian Pie offers lunch and dinner in a new, modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TVs. Dine in or carry out by calling 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax, have a drink, drink from the fully stocked bar or beer on tap while your order is made from the freshest ingredients. Gentili Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue, is home where everybody knows your name. So bring the family to Paris and Marabou for the $5 family happy hour, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Gentili Italian Pie. Dine in or carry out. 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try the pie. That's the original Italian pie, located at Paris and Marabou in Gentilly.
Listen to WBOK 1230 AM anywhere in the world. Live at www.wbok1230am.com. WBOK 1230 AM, talk radio in New Orleans.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind. Oh my gosh, y'all, we are here on Relationship Tuesday, and I couldn't even tape that commercial segment because that was not airable. So you have to make sure that you come out to the next relationship talk. We will be putting it out there soon. So we're gonna be doing a little revamping of it because we did a little poll of our attendees at the last event and found out so there will be something on the horizon. So make sure you stay tuned. It will be a lot of fun. So that is The Good Life.
We need to get Colette's to sponsor us.
Oh my gosh, I'm not even talking about that because I was about to go into commercial and you went left. Because, well, oh my gosh. There are 2 days left for early bird special, 10% off. Y'all, like, no, for real, and being serious. You know, the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce has announced a 2016 annual meeting. This is WBOK. This is the urban radio station. This is where we support our community. Make sure you sign up. Make sure you register. You can go to NORB Chamber. NORBchamber.org. You can register. It's $65. You can get a sponsorship package. You can buy a table. There are 2 days left to get an early bird special, which will be 10% off your sponsorship packages. 2 days left through March 31st. Come out. We're going to have Senator Karen Carter Peterson and State Rep Walt Leger. They're going to be giving keynote addresses regarding the budget crisis and how it affects your business. It's really important that all of our community is there because it affects us. And if we're not there to get the information and to spread the information, then how are you going to do anything about it? So right now we have a wonderful list of sponsors, so I wanted to give that information now. We have our platinum sponsors at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, First NBC Bank, Liberty Bank and Trust. The gold sponsors are Signs Now, Hammerman and Gagne International, Ultimate Technical Solutions, silver sponsors, Port of New Orleans, Clay Young Enterprises, bronze sponsors, Goldman Sachs, 10,000 Small Businesses, New Orleans Multicultural Tourism Network, New South Parking, Cox Communications, People's Health, Harris Casino, Bayou Equity Mortgage, DMN and Associates, the law office of Clarence Roby Jr., and Entergy Corporation. If your name is not on that list, it needs to be on that list. So make sure you contact the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. You can register online. You can purchase your sponsorship online at norbchamber.org, norbchamber.org, and you can also give them a call at 504-948-0991. 504-948-0991. We want to make sure that this is the biggest and best event that they have had because we are growing the chamber and we're going to really do it for our community. So make sure you come out and support. It's an event you don't want to miss. And that is April 21st. It is a Thursday at the Hyatt Regency because that's a good life. Now.
True. Rock it out.
Rock it out. How else are we going to get a Black Wall Street if everybody doesn't participate? And speaking of participating, that's what we were talking about right after, during the commercial break. So I want to jump into our last and final question of today, which I'm sure will go sideways because that's what we do on Relationship Tuesday. I mean, it just kind of is. This question came up, and, you know, it kind of got a little bit interesting. So, and this is there's two questions I want to ask. So this one I'm going to do first. How do you handle your mate's friends of the opposite sex? Everybody laughs, but this is a conversation that really gets interesting, and it's one of those things that goes back to our point from the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Do what you say you're going to do, and if you have a problem with it, say that too. Most people don't.
If you can't handle something, be honest with yourself. No sense of making yourself miserable. My whole take on the whole friends of the opposite sex, I think that's a conversation that you should have with the person before you make it official.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about friends of the opposite sex? Give an example. My wife and I, we had that conversation very early. I would say like the first week of just hanging out together.
Mm-hmm.
We might have even went on a physical date. We might have just talked on the phone about this.
Mm-hmm.
And we brought it up. And she said, I don't particularly care for, friends of the opposite sex. I said, I don't either. She says it's caused problems in the past with her relationships. I said, well, my problems were a little different, but, I'm not suitable to have friends of the opposite sex, I'll say. So, but we were honest with
At
each
least
other.
he's honest.
I'm honest.
I'm gonna pound you for being honest.
Yeah,
there you go.
I probably can't do that. So, we were honest and we moved forward without having that. We even have the guy that hooked us up.
Mm-hmm.
I went to high school with him. He went to college with her.
Mm-hmm.
But once we got together, we cut him out. That was it.
Yeah,
I mean, he cool, but
no, I appreciate that.
We don't like. She doesn't go bowling with him or nothing
right.
like that. If
y'all do
he's
something,
still a homie.
it's a
we do it all
when
together.
He comes to the house for the party.
Yeah. We do it all together.
Gotcha, Brian. And we have our lines lit up, Brian.
Well, I think that Henry just nailed it, and to give him full support, I think he's right. You discuss it as early on as possible so that you don't have that become a pitfall later on. What I generally believe is that, because I've had situations where the person's like, this is just a really, really good friend of me. And also, I've tried to be good friends to female friends in my life through their relationships.
Mm-hmm.
The relationships we had changed. I was not able to engage with them as much. There wasn't the hanging out, things like that, and I understood it. But there was another level which became problematic but then I'm cut out completely. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird because, I'm still a friend, but what does that do? But I think you have to have the conversation early on, and I think there has to be that, once again, transparency and integrity piece. But I would definitely say once you become a couple, there are no new friends. It's either a friend to the relationship, but you can't just be a friend to her or to him or just to one partner. Like, if you can't be friends to the relationship, then it's probably not good.
I will say that I was actually pleasantly surprised because he brought it up to me, and it was that conversation, no new friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, it really took something. It was a relief for me because it wasn't something that I even had to bring up. So guys, it's cool if y'all bring that up first.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can obviously talk about it, but it made me respect him more.
Yeah. And I mean, to me, it's a good sign because it talks about the potential commitment. And I'll say this, so full disclosure, I'm not a jealous person, and I've actually thought about maybe I need to be more affronting with when I have, hey, I don't want to have guys around. I've generally thought that for the most part, I want my partner to be autonomous. I want that person to be able to make that decision. So if you feel like this guy should be a friend, introduce him to me, let him be a friend to the relationship. And I'll accept it. If you say, babe, this is my guy, this is my dude, he's been with me through past bads and past goods, and I think he'll be a great friend, I'll trust that. And I'll go with that. But that can't be everybody, right?
Right.
That's not going to be everybody. But I think also that's the point of, being able to say, well, look, this guy does not seem to have our best interests at heart, and I need you to respect my mind and it's how I feel. But yeah, I've just never had that issue, so it's kind of weird when I hear Henry say that. It never really entered my mind of no new friends, but I realize in some situations the person has to fit the mold for the relationship. If they can't be supportive to the relationship, then they're no good.
No new friends.
People use the word friend very loosely. What is a friend?
Mm-hmm.
You got to ask yourself that. Is a friend somebody that you can call at 11 o'clock at night because they ran out of gas?
Mm-hmm.
How would your, significant other feel about that? To me, it's hard enough to trust somebody. So when you got those things in the mix as well, a chick calling you at 11 o'clock at night. Oh, this is my friend. She ran out of gas. You remember Stacy? Yeah, I've been knowing her. Yeah, I told you about her.
Mm-hmm.
We were cool. back in elementary school. Remember that? Yeah,
I will look at you sideways.
I mean,
no, I'm just playing.
That's the kind of things you open yourself up to.
But you know what? If I know Stacy and we've been cool and she's been at barbecues and I know her and she's friends with the kids and all this, that, and the other, I'll be like, go get Stacy some gas. But now, if I don't know Stacy, what
if y'all ain't really going to get gas?
Stacy,
you don't know that.
but you never know everything.
Well, guess what? Exactly. And I would hope that I could trust my man enough to go get gas, honestly. Oh, see, Henry, let's just go to the lines. Harold, Harold, help us. We are here on Relationship Tuesday. We're answering questions from our listeners. Welcome to the show.
Oh, wow. Good morning, everybody. How y'all
doing? Good morning.
All right.
You know what? I really enjoy myself. I'm the person that really kind of shouted you out to try to, get you to bring this to the streets and into the community. So, I remember months back or whatever, you say, you guys are talking about it or whatever. I was like, bring this to the community. This is what the community needs. And so this was my first time actually attending an event with my wife. And so it was on and popping. I really was, pleasantly surprised about all the conversation that was going on. It was really live, in the session. I didn't say too much, but that's me. That's my character when I'm with my wife. I'm very reserved, because I'm over passionate about a lot of different things or whatnot. So I allow a space for her, to be herself also. But anyway,
thank you so much for coming, Harold. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely.
As a matter of fact, I mean, it was a great opportunity. I mean, the food was good. I mean, it was off the chain.
The juju bag, she did that.
Oh man, they really did their thing. And that was my first time being at that spot, so it was really good. But just to kind of chime in on the conversation that was going on about the opposite sex friendships, that was a conversation that me and my wife had. That was one of the first conversations that we had before we got in. When we really got serious. It's like, okay, let's go down a list. Who you done been with? Who you done had sex with? Let's go with that first. Because that's something that I needed to know myself. That's something that she needed to know herself or whatever, in order for ourselves to feel, respectful towards the other person. Then the second thing that we went down, all right, who are your friends out of this entire list?
That's a good question, Harold.
People getting X'd out. X across the board.
Yeah.
I like that.
And so, after that one, it was like, okay, now who are your friends that are opposite sex? And it was like, okay, well, this is this person, and I had a list of females that was my friends who I'd never been, sexually involved with. And so did she. She had a lot of friends that she was, involved with that were not involved with, but that were males or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to meet all hers. She had to meet all mine. The ones that we wanted to keep, that's the ones we kept, and the ones that we didn't, they off to the wayside. But the thing is, the ones that we kept them for the simple fact of both of us had to mutually around this person. We had to physically feel, like it couldn't be like no side eye type of stuff or whatever when I'm around my girl. You get one side eye, I'm like, I'm not gonna do you nothing. We just gonna walk away from the situation or whatever. I got too much going for me or whatever to, be striking people in life or whatnot.
Oh man.
That life is behind me now. But anyway, once we boiled it down to the people that we really wanted to keep in our lives, we literally the life that were friends of hers became my friends, and the women that were my friends became her friends.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, I'm closer to her guy friends now she is, and she's closer to the friends that I have that are women now. That's because that's the way we wanted it to be. We still mutually know each other, but now she knows more things that I didn't know about those friends, because it's like, you got to stay in your lane. I'm a man. Men gonna talk about men stuff. Women gonna talk about women stuff, but and just a whole lot that went on. But anyway, but more than anything, it all summed up the boundaries for us. You don't be calling my house after 8:30. I'm sorry, that might be early for most people, but that's the time. When the darkness hits or whatever, I'm looking for something intimate to go on or whatever.
There you go.
That's how my mind triggers off or whatnot. So we set up a whole lot of boundaries for our relationship. Other people didn't like it, and they just had to keep it separate or whatever.
Ashe.
Thank you so much for your call, Harold. That is so on point. Thank you for coming out to Relationship Tuesday goes up on a Friday. We're going to be like restructuring a little bit, so I'm going to make sure that I contact you and I'm going to call your name out and make sure that we're going to get you some tickets for you and your wife, especially.
Oh, appreciate. No, you ain't got to do that. We support it or whatever. We're making enough money.
All right, we'll take it. Thank you very much. All right.
So,
Thank you so much, Harold.
Just shout it out or whatnot, and we're gonna just bring some more of our friends in, So, but it was live. It was live. I really appreciate the conversation. It was really intimate. So,
thank you so much, Harold. We appreciate your call.
But we're missing one person, so I hope that person is there next time.
Oh yeah, he'll be there. All
right.
Thank you. Bye bye. I love our listeners. I
Me
really
too.
do.
Yeah, all day.
I don't have anything else to say after that, but I love Harold's way of handling it. Could you be that open and honest?
He was real slick with it. So, I mean, he was able to accomplish that because he asked the right questions at the right time.
And they broke it down.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Brian?
That's how you do it.
In seconds.
If you're going to do it.
So at the end of the day, you got to build a relationship from the start to the finish, and you got to do it with openness, honesty, and love.
Y'all do what you say you're going to do. If you can't, say that too. This is a Good Life Relationship Tuesday. We're out.